You are full of energy. I can tell you are ready to rock today. Guys, anybody remember Seth? You were the 8th grade class here, right? Anybody remember Seth is here? Come on, let me hear something. Do you remember him? Anybody here? Yes, all right. We had another class in here. I won't tell you who they were early this morning, but I just want to see if you can be louder in welcoming Seth. So, all right. Let me count to 3. Let's welcome Seth. 1, 2, 3. Seth Franco, world traveler, former Harlem Globetrotter, as we say in Maine, Harlem Globetrotter, whatever, I don't know, that was here. Former Harlem Globetrotter, coming again to you. Let's hear it again, louder! One more time. I just want to give you guys a chance to beat the first assembly. One more time, everything you got.
How's everybody doing? If you can hear me, wave one hand. If you're happy to be at a class, wave both like you're a little crazy. Oh yeah, a whole bunch of crazy people. Everybody stand up right now, stand up. On the count of 3, you're gonna move from your seat and find 3 people and give them a big hug and say, Barney loves you. 1, 2, 3, go ahead, find someone. Give them a big hug. Come here, big man. Give me a hug. All right, sit down, sit down, sit down. How many are happy to be out of class right now? Yep. We're going to have a really good time. Today I want to share with you my story. I also want to have some fun. The first time we came here in the morning, was anyone here? All right, good job, cutting class, getting out again, nice. The second time I'm also going to share my story, but I'm also going to get some volunteers out of the crowd and play a little basketball. Anybody want to play some basketball? Oh, put your hand up. You know, before we play basketball though, how many of you know that life really is a gift? Life is a gift. Everybody just take a deep breath. Yep, all right, I need a few volunteers. I need a few volunteers from the crowd. A few volunteers that want to play in a basketball game with me. You can switch over to volunteers. I need someone wearing a hot pink shirt. What's your name, sir? Keaton, give him a big round of applause. Keaton, give me a little shoulder shrug. Nice, you can turn that music up a little bit. Everybody give my DJ a big round of applause. DJ Super Cool is in the house. Yep. All right, I need another volunteer. Another volunteer, someone who's like super smart. Who's really smart? You right over here. Give him a big round of applause. What's your name? Give him a big round of applause. here. Somebody who's really goofy. Who's really goofy? Yeah, you with the, yeah, come on up here. Give him a big round of applause. Is that a reindeer on your shirt? A moose. Awesome. Give us a little shoulder shrug, bro. A little shoulder shrug. What's your name? Give him a big round of applause, Christian. Alright, I need one more volunteer. I need your favorite teacher. Who's your favorite teacher? You know what? Leave your teachers alone. Forget teachers. Who is the nicest, sweetest person you know? I need someone who's really sweet and really nice. You stand up. Come on up here, bud. No, not you, not you. You right here. Not you. Yeah. Come on. Give him a big round of applause. Sorry about that. What's your name, bro? Anthony, come on over here, bud. You gotta do a little shoulder shrug. Yeah, give him a big round of applause. Thanks for coming up, buddy. Alright, we're gonna play a little basketball game. They're like, I hate you. We're gonna play a little basketball game. This is what I need you to do. You can step right here. You're gonna be in the game too. You can step right here. Yep, and face me. And I need you to make a circle. You stay where you are. I need the rest of you to finish the circle. Make a circle around me. Perfect. You can go right there. Yeah, you can step over a little bit so they can see. You right here. Good job. Give them a big round of applause. Alright, now what you're going to do is take one big step backwards. One big step backwards. Perfect. Everybody give them a big round of applause. Yep, in this game, all you have to do is catch the ball and throw it back. Good boy. Yeah, just catch the ball and throw it right back. All you gotta do is catch it and throw it back, okay? Just catch the ball and throw it right back. Good, you'll do fine. Just catch it. Nice. I like the earrings, bro. All right, man. Yep, catch the ball and throw it right back, yep? If for some reason during the game, if I trick you and you drop the ball, if you drop, yes, thank you. If you drop the ball, it means you are out. Everyone put a finger up, not the middle one. Yep, if someone drops it, you're going to notify them saying, you are out. A little louder. You are out. A little more ghetto. You are out. Yep, if someone drops the ball, if you drop the ball, you're out. If you get nervous and you pass the ball to someone other than me, you're also out. If you pass the ball to someone other than me, you don't have to be an example. No, you're fine. If you pass the ball to someone other than me, you're out. If you drop the ball, you're out. If I drop the ball, I'm not out because I'm your special guest. And all you have to do is catch the ball with your hands and not your face, okay? Catch the ball and throw it right back. Catch the ball and throw it back. Catch the ball and throw it back. Catch the good boy. Catch the ball and throw it back. Catch the ball and some of you are like, throw it back. Yeah, good job. All you have to do is catch the ball and throw it back. If someone gets out, you're going to say, you are out. Then give them a big round of applause. They go back to seat. Come on, give them a big round of applause. Let's find out who the last person standing will be. volunteers a big round of applause. Come on. How many of you think you would have won that game? Put your hand down. Give them another big round of applause. They did good. Yeah. I grew up in New York. Everybody say New York. No, say New York. Anybody here like spaghetti? Hey, that's my people. Yeah, when I was growing up, I used to love New York basketball, spaghetti, pizza. Okay, that's weird. For me, though, basketball, it was what I was all about. Whenever I was playing basketball, I felt great about myself. The only problem is I was born with what's called hip dysplasia. Everybody say hip, hop. No, I'm just kidding. One of the teachers is like, hip hop, yo. Everybody say hip dysplasia. Yeah, if you don't know what hip dysplasia is, it's improper bone structure in your hips. When I was born, my bones and my hips were not shaped the right way. I had a very mild case of hip dysplasia. They actually say, ow. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'll get back, thanks. Big round of applause for the world's greatest DJ, Miss Iriana. Yeah, I was born with what's called hip dysplasia. I had a very mild case of hip dysplasia. They say that the mild cases are the worst because they go undetected. Most of the time, if you have hip dysplasia, if you're born with hip dysplasia, as an infant or a young child, you're diagnosed and you can wear braces that help form your bones so that you can walk later on in life without pain. For me, I wasn't that fortunate. The pain started a little bit at a time. Remember I said it's the mild case of hip dysplasia that they say are the worst. The pain starts a little bit at a time, and you think you can handle the pain, so you don't speak up, and you don't tell anyone what's going on. You try to handle the pain all on your own, because you can. Here's the problem. As the pain increases, your tolerance for the pain increases. And most people don't realize that they're hurting themselves. That's what happened for me. I was playing college basketball, working real hard. I never lifted weights until I got to college. I know I don't look big, but I worked out really hard. And as we started to lift weights with our legs, my left leg started to bother me a lot. Matter of fact, during some of the practices, my leg would catch, kind of pinch, and stop moving. And it started to scare me. But I was able to hide it, but after every single time it did that, it would hurt for a while. And it started to hurt more and more. And then finally, one day I woke up and I couldn't walk. I was really good at hiding the pain. The day before I lost the ability to walk, I could still dunk a basketball. My muscles were strong. I'd still work out with the team. I could still run sprints. If my leg caught, though, it would slow me down. But most people didn't notice. Matter of fact, the first time my leg ever caught, I remember, I came home from college on break. We used to have a big brown station wagon. Anybody love station wagons? You guys don't even know what it is. Like, huh? We have cars now, not wagons. Station wagons are these big, huge, beautiful cars. And I remember we were all piled in the station wagon. I'm one of 5 kids, and my whole family, we went over to see my brother. He was married, just had his first child. Everyone was excited to go see the baby. I came home from college visiting, and everybody got out of the car. They parked at the street, and everybody walked up the driveway. And the first time my leg really started bothering me was that day. Everyone got out of the car, went up the driveway. When I got out of the car, I was the last one out of the car. I got out, and my leg caught, and I couldn't walk. Everybody walked up the driveway. I remember it like it was yesterday. Everybody was laughing, joking around, and I was standing at the car still. There was a part of me that was hoping no one would see that I was still standing there. I don't know why. I didn't have a reason to be embarrassed. But I didn't feel like I could ask for help even with my family. I don't know why. Everybody walked up the driveway and went into the house. A lot of the times I think of that story when I speak. I wonder how many of you are struggling and you want to ask for help. And people aren't being mean, they're not ignoring you, it's just life, right? My family loved me, they just didn't know that I was still at the end of the driveway where the car was. So whenever I talk, I like to have fun, joke around, loosen you guys up, have some fun, knock some people out with a basketball. But you know what? There's also always a moment in the assembly where I get a little serious because I know that some of you, maybe you feel like you're left behind. And I want you to know that you're not today. As I tell my story, you're going to realize that you're not alone. Maybe you walked into this room today and you have felt very alone. I went through a time in my life where even though I was surrounded by people, I felt alone. Do you know what I'm talking about? You could be around a crowd of people. You could be in a room with this many people and still feel all alone. See, I went through a time in my life where I wanted to throw the towel in and give up. I told you, I woke up one morning and I could no longer walk. During my college career, I torn my labrum in my left hip. It's the cartilage that surrounds your joint and keeps your limb in socket. I couldn't hide the pain anymore. I couldn't walk. I had to ask for help. I ended up going through 10 different doctors. I ended up in the Hospital of Special Surgeries in New York City. I had surgery on my left leg and I was assisted into a wheelchair. During that time when I couldn't play basketball with my legs, I worked on basketball tricks with my hands. When I got back up on my feet, I had all these new basketball tricks, but I didn't care about doing basketball tricks. I wanted to be a competitive basketball player. I had missed my chance. I was pretty upset. I went back to my beginnings. I started to play street ball in New York City. I was sleeping on the floor at a friend's house in Queens, New York, eating out of a food bank. I didn't have enough money for a cell phone and couldn't afford it. I said this morning when I spoke here earlier, I said if I was in this school, I wouldn't have been cool, and many of you would have made fun of me because I didn't have a lot of clothes, and I wore the same thing quite a bit. I didn't have much. And if you're not careful, you look at those things and you start to believe that's who you are. But life isn't about the things that are on the outside. You know that. It's about what's on the inside, not what's on the outside. For me, I was struggling on the inside all the time, and people used to look at me and it seemed like I was fine, but I wasn't. I was really struggling. I'd stay awake most nights behind closed doors. After practice, I'd close the door and I'd lay down on the floor in pain. Finally, I had enough of that. I was tired of sleeping on the floor, and I decided that I was going to give up. I had a game plan. I wasn't all emotional. I wasn't crying. I was just kind of finished with life and the cards that I was dealt. Here's the funny thing. The day before my big breakthrough was the day I wanted to give up. I went back to my friend's room, and instead of giving up, I fell asleep on the floor. The next day, I got a phone call that would change my life. My mom called. She said, "You're going to be in a movie." I said, "What?" She said, "A movie." There was an open trial for a movie about basketball, and Universal Studios was holding it. Malcolm Lee, Spike Lee's cousin, was the director. Danny Glover, Jamie Foxx, Kobe Bryant, all the LeBron James, all the basketball players in New York City and all over the world were going to be in this movie. I went out to the movie trial. Remember, the day before, I wanted to give up. Everything that I had learned, all the basketball tricks that I had learned during my injury, actually gave me a chance to live out my dream. When I thought my life was falling apart, it was being put together. Remember I said I couldn't play basketball with my legs, so I worked on basketball tricks with my hands. There were so many people at the tryout that my basketball tricks are actually the reason why I was scouted for the movie. When we were warming up in the gym, there were so many people, no one would even notice me, but I always used to carry 2 basketballs with me so I could practice whenever I wanted. Someone once told me, if you want to get good at something, make sure it's close by. And whenever you have free time, just pick it up and work on it. Whether it's drawing, reading, writing, whatever, basketball. So I always had basketballs with me, and I would practice any chance I got. I was real nervous at the tryout, so I decided I had a bag with me. Most people didn't even know my 2 basketballs would fit in a small little bag. They barely fit in there. I always had it with me. I didn't have much, but I made sure I had basketballs to practice with. Well, I decided I was too nervous and I needed to relax, so the way I would relax is doing the drills that I used to do over and over again. And I took the basketballs out in the middle of the crowd, and I took one basketball and I just started warming up. When you roll the ball around your arms, it's called a ream. When you ream the ball, when you spin, you know what that is, and you dribble, guys do moves dribbling, but when you roll the ball around your arms, it's called a ream. And I started reaming the ball, doing basketball tricks, and a camera came out of the crowd. Another camera came out of the crowd. 4 cameras came out of the crowd. Malcolm Lee, the director, stepped out on the center court, and he said, he got on the megaphone, and he said, "Everybody off center court," and blew a little, I guess, a horn that was on the megaphone. People started to walk off the court. I was just getting ready to walk off the court too, and he put his put his hand on my shoulder, and he said, "I'm clearing this off for you." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, I want to see what you can do." When I walked into that tryout, there were so many people, I never thought that I was going to even have a chance. But everything that I'd learned during the hardest time of my life, when I was angry at God and I thought life was just a piece of garbage and didn't make sense, everything I learned during that hard time in my life actually helped put my life together. All the basketball tricks that I learned actually allowed me to win the lead role in that movie. Isn't that cool? They cleared off center court and they had me do drills for about an hour. Back then I could run real good, even though my leg was bothering me still. I could still run. And most people didn't even understand what was going on. And that was the hard part for me. And maybe it is for you too. Maybe you can still function really well. And you know how to put the mask on and everybody thinks everything's okay, but the truth is there's something going on and you need help. See, what happened for me in the end of my story, after my dreams came true, from the movie I was recommended to the Globetrotters. I toured the world, I played with the Globetrotters, we went everywhere. We did a domestic tour, I played on all the NBA floors, I played where Michael Jordan played, I played on the 76ers floor, played Indiana Pacers floor, Boston Celtics. My dream came true in New York Kid, I played on the Madison Square Garden, I was on ESPN, BET, me and Justin Bieber, MSNBC. I mean, all these dreams came true when I made the Globetrotters. So from the movie, I got recommended to the Globetrotters. When I was with the Globetrotters, though, we did a European tour. We hit France. My leg was bothering me so bad I couldn't even play. They took me to the doctors, and the doctor came out and he said, you have what's called hip dysplasia. I didn't even know what it was. He said, it's the end of your career. I said, really? I said, yeah. He said, but there's a lot more to life than basketball. And this is the point of my message, and then I'm going to close and do some basketball tricks so you guys can close it. He said this, and someone needs to hear it. He said, all those sleepless nights, all those headaches, and all that pain, you didn't have to go through that. I said, what? He said, yeah, it's been pretty hard, hasn't it? I said, yeah. I can barely sleep at night unless I ice myself, my legs. He said, yeah, I know it's hard. I see it all the time. He said, the mild cases of hip dysplasia are the worst. See, you've gotten so used to the pain, you made it a part of living. And so you live that way every day. He said this, if you would have spoken up when the pain first started, you could have had a minor surgery and we would have sculpted your bones. And you wouldn't have ruined your joints the way you did. You'd still be playing basketball right now. I'd be at the end of a career now. I'd be wrapping up probably my last year or so. I'm Kobe Bryant's age, so I'd be too close to retiring. He said, but because you didn't speak up, this part of your life, this chapter is over. I didn't know what I was going to do. I thought basketball was everything. I don't anymore. Hey, if you're in this room and you're struggling and you're going through something, this assembly was for you. Speak up. Let someone know what's going on. Don't try to do it all alone. And I believe that you know who you are. You know who you are. You know that this assembly was for you. If you need help, don't tell me, because I'm going to get on an airplane and go back to my beautiful family in a little while. I wish I could hang out here all the time. You can hit me up on Facebook if you want, but I'm going home. But you know what? There are people here who love you and care about you. That's why they asked me to come speak. Not because I'm going to change your life, but because you can change your life with the choice to let someone in instead of trying to do it all alone. That's what the doctor was trying to tell me. Is if you would have let someone help you and you would have spoken up, things would have been different. I stopped playing. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was worried that I couldn't even just hold a job with the way I was feeling, because I was having a hard time sleeping. I ended up being asked to speak on TV. And even though I don't play basketball anymore and I've had a few surgeries, I had my left hip replaced. I don't run anymore. I have to have my right hip replaced in about a year or two. It's a little bit of a journey. But you know what? Life is still a gift. Doors keep opening for me to speak. I'm going to Australia next month. That's going to be fun. That's
absolute blast. I just got a phone call to travel with Kevin Durant and the NBA All-Stars as a chaplain to the Congo this summer. You know? You could try it. No? Okay. Hey, I want to close my time by doing some basketball tricks for you. I did them at the first assembly also. It's not my way of showing off. If me and you were to play one-on-one full court, you would win. I can't run. You know? Hey, as I do my basketball tricks, I'm going to start out with one basketball. I'm going to finish with two. I hope as I do my basketball routine, you see more than basketball, but you see what perseverance looks like. That great things happen when you don't care. Everybody give DJ a super cool big round of applause. That was just a sample.
I can feel the spirit. When it moves down in my soul, like it comes to make me whole. Said I can feel the power as it washes over me, as it comes to set me free. Said nothing can erase the healing, nothing can replace the feeling. Said I know there's a river deep inside, and it's too divine to hide. Say, open up your heart, open your mind, and give it all away, what you might find. Put your hands in the air and close your eyes. You will never get enough of the love and the power you receive. When you fall down and you hit your knees, so easy, what your eyes are seeing. You're ready to see.
Hey, can we give your school a big round of applause for taking some time out today? Hey guys, today I talked to you about a lot of my struggles. But the truth is there's more to life than just our struggles, right? When you don't give up, great things happen. I've been married for 9 years to a beautiful girl named Sarah now. I said 9 years, you're gonna clap. I have a daughter, she's 7 years old, her name is Jade. Yeah, hey, it's really been great being here. My name is Seth Franco, you heard my story today. I hope it reminds you that great things happen when you don't give up. Everybody goes through times in life where they feel broken. But real strength comes when you put those pieces back together. God bless you guys.